What would you rate yourself out of 10?
Oh my god. I don't know, like a 10?
That's awesome. I love your self-confidence.
Let's do it.
Yeah, what about you?
Since I was about 8 years old, I've consistently rated myself a 6 out of 10.
No.
What?
Always.
6 out of 10?
Because it's lots of room to improve, but it's also slightly above average.
Man, I think you're way above average. You deserve a way higher score than a 6, man. You're tall, you're handsome, you're muscular.
I appreciate that.
What would you rate yourself out of 10 overall?
I guess 7 maybe.
Why a 7?
I'm not doing the best like with my family or friends or the relationship.
What would you rate yourself out of 10?
I don't know, like an 8. I like how I look, I like who I am, but I don't think I'm like perfect or anything.
What would you rate yourself out of 10 overall?
Like a 6, 7?
Why would you give yourself a 6 or 7?
I guess there's nothing that I would be like very confident about.
I think there's a lot to be more confident about. You got great sense of style, you're very tall,
No, thank you.
you're a pretty good looking guy.
You know, like, I don't know, I'm not like,
What would you rate yourself out of 10?
Like, can I go negative?
No, come on, don't do that.
Like, 2?
What would you rate yourself a 2?
I don't know.
You're very well put together. I love your hair. There's
Thank you.
so much to love about yourself.
Thank you.
You deserve a 10 out of 10, man.
Thank you.
What would you rate yourself out of 10?
Out of 10? Oh, solid 10.
That's awesome. I love your confidence.
Gotta be.
What would you rate yourself out of 10?
Oh, you guys are one of those TikTokers. Oh my god, I'm a 10 out of 10, blah blah blah, so I have to follow the trend.
You are.
Oh, thank you.
What's one thing you love about yourself?
I guess my eyes.
Very beautiful eyes. And your height?
Yes.
How tall are you?
I'm 5'11".
No freaking way you're 5'11".
If you think I'm like 6 feet, then you're probably like 5'9".
No. You're at least like 6'2". I'm 5'11".
Do you want to like take out a measuring tape? I'm sorry.
I legit want.
Newsflash, he's 5'9".
No.
As a CEO and a founder, whatever you believe, you need to believe in it strongly.
And you communicate it clearly.
And then communicate it, and then let people vote. They vote with their feet. They don't get to vote whether to change it. They just get to vote whether they get to stay or whether they go.
And Lord, I just want to thank you for giving me such a good personality.
When asked what's the biggest mistake we make in life, the Buddha replied, the biggest mistake is you think you have time. Time is free.
I'm gonna say this because there's many of us who need to hear this daily. Just because you love them doesn't mean you need to be with them. You can love somebody, you can love them even immensely. But you can also understand that right now, they're not healthy to be with. There might be an obstacle to your goals. They might need to grow up and understand things. You might need to do the same. But right now, they're taking too much of a toll on your mental health. Let that sink in, save it, and watch it again tomorrow.
We've all been in situations where we thought somebody was a certain way, and then a year later or a few months later, we discover a whole other side to their personality, and it's not good, and we're surprised and we're disappointed, and we tend to blame them as if they were fooling us. People leave traces of who they are. You're just not picking up the signs. Nobody ever does anything once. If somebody has done a bad deed, or you see them mistreating somebody else, and then they'll come back and say, oh, it just came over me. This happened once. That's not who I am. You'll believe them. You should not ever believe them. You should realize that people have patterns. When they do something bad, they probably have done it before and will do it again.
Watch out for this toxic manipulation tactic, the ad hominem argument. Instead of responding to your point,
Business professor Scott Galloway says that we're heading for a mating crisis with too many broke and alone men. Women now make up 60% of college students compared with 40% of men. Total reversal from the 1970s. A huge trend for society, and the consequences are going to be enormous. I wonder if Scott read my article, because I talked exactly about this. In fact, we talked about these issues last year, well before it hit the mainstream. Recently, I've been talking about some of the effects in business, including increased expenditures on pets instead of actual human children. This is really just the beginning. Be sure to get on the email list, link in the bio.
Even if you are not ready for the day, it cannot always be night.
Sir, fix that do work. If somebody sucks, I'm not wasting another minute. If they've just proved time and time again to be an asshole...
If capitalism is so bad, then how come no one is fleeing to socialist countries?
Do you ever wonder where you would be if you just started your fitness journey now? Do it for you. Choose you.
But as you grow, you lose certain homies because it's called closing the gap. This is the gap when we start. This is the gap as you grow. Notice how you grow and they don't. So how do you close the gap? You gotta come back down. When you come back down, you lose. So you gotta keep going up. That's why closing that gap gotta be them catching up to you. And if they don't catch up, you gotta leave them behind.